This is a video for my former colleagues. I wanted to do this video because I know a lot of you are watching me on YouTube or LinkedIn or wherever I am, you're watching my videos. And I know that because a number of you have commented to my videos, some of you have tried to connect to me on LinkedIn. So I wanted to do this video just as an open letter in a way to my former colleagues. So I wanted to do this also because I wanted to really model for the people who watch my YouTube channel about ways to rechannel the energy from a toxic job. One of my channel members asked for me to do a video about this because I talked about rechanneling the energy that you get from a toxic job. So this is an example of me rechanneling my energy. And I actually did a little bit of this during our sisterhood check-in, monthly check-in for our membership community. So I have a membership community, the Butterfly membership community. And so I talked a little bit about this during the check-in yesterday. And so I just feel the need to continue to process this. So I said, you know what, at first I wasn't going to do this, but a series of events has really contributed to really me feeling motivated to rechannel my energy about some things I'm going to talk about in this video. So if you don't know me already, I'm Dr. Kamani. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist of over 20 years. I'm also a toxic job survivor, but more importantly, I love to say I'm a toxic job liberator for Black women. I'm also the co-host with Marissa Price of the Job Liberation Virtual Summit for Black Women, which is May 16th to 18th. More information about the summit is in the description section of this video. Okay. So again, this is a very kind of different video for me, and I'm going to tell you why I'm doing this video. So recently, I think last week, I got a LinkedIn notice that someone who had kind of thrown me under the bus, another Black woman, was watching my videos and she was looking at my LinkedIn profile. So first I'm like, what? It was kind of journal, like, why are you looking at my profile? Why are you doing that? And then the other day, I actually got a LinkedIn request to connect with another Black woman who threw me under the bus when I was at the toxic job. So I said, you know what? Let me rechannel that, because at first, when I got that LinkedIn request, and actually when I saw the LinkedIn that this woman was looking at my profile, I actually had a response out loud, like to myself out loud. I had a response. So it's not healthy to hold in that type of those feelings we have about a toxic job. So I want to show you in real time how I'm rechanneling that energy. So I want to do this in the format of a letter, an open letter in the form of a video to my former colleagues. So for my former colleagues who maybe didn't even know me, because what I've noticed is on LinkedIn, it will show you most of the people who watch your videos, these are the companies that they're working at. More than like a lot of times it's that former job that, so again, this might be people who did not know me when I was still at that job, but because they've heard about me or other people have told them about me, they made the connection. Oh, she used to work at the former job that I'm currently working. So to those who are watching my videos and you may be experiencing toxicity, more than likely you are if you're still at that toxic job. So you may be watching my videos and it might provide a sense of support to you. Again, these are people, any people who are my former colleagues that I maybe didn't even know you when I was working at the job. My hope is that my videos offer you a sense of support and some resources for you. Okay, so those are for the people who I did not really know at the toxic job at the time. The next tier that I want to address this video to are the people who knew me at the toxic job, but I had no issues with them at all, right? Maybe they didn't know exactly what was going on with me at the toxic job, but they weren't directly involved and they weren't in cahoots or they weren't complicit. They were not complicit in what happened to me at the toxic job. To you, I also offer you words of support and hope that I have resources for you. Now, for those two groups that I just mentioned, I want to support you. However, if you want to work with me, you have to pay for the service. So what I've had is a number of people have contacted me, LinkedIn or whatever, they've contacted me, even text. So I've mentioned before that when I left that toxic job, resigned over 2.5 years ago, I did a purge out of my phone. So those people who I knew were shady towards me in some way, towards a toxic job, they were purged. Okay. So purge, blocked, whatever. Okay. And I thought that I had blocked a number of people on LinkedIn too, but apparently I had not. Okay. So for those, again, whom I knew in the toxic job, did not have any issues with, I met a lot of wonderful people at that job. I don't want to say that toxic job was all bad because it wasn't. It wasn't. And I met a lot of wonderful people. I have a number of very close friends that I'm still close to from that toxic job. Okay. So I don't want to just say it's all bad. But what I do want to say to those of you who know me, who knew me from the toxic job, or maybe didn't know me at the time, if you're seeking out resources from me, you have to pay for my services. So one of my business coaches talked about don't give your goodies away for free. Okay. And I talk about that with my coaching clients too. Don't give your goodies away for free because people may try to connect to you or circle around to you and ask you things, right? But if you have a service to offer, they need to be paying for your goodies, okay? So I'm not giving my goodies away for free. If you want to work with me, then you need to pay for my services, okay? So no more of, can I pick your brain? I've heard that. Can I pick your brain for a few minutes? No, you cannot. First of all, I don't want anybody picking my brain. Second, no, you're going to pay for my time, okay? Because me even thinking about and even remembering anything related to a toxic job, that's a lot of emotional labor for me. So I'm not going to give that away for free. I'm not going to do it, okay? Also, I've gotten inquiries, oh, do you remember me back from the job? Wow, I love the work you're doing. I'm wondering, can I talk to you for 10 minutes? No, you cannot. Because what you're wanting is some information from me. You are seeking ways to get out of that job or seeking support, and you need to pay for that. Okay. So those are the first two tiers. Okay. Now, the third tier that this video is for anyone who knew what was happening to me at the toxic job and was complicit in some way. So either they were doing some things in cahoots with the workplace bully. So maybe one of the minions of hers, maybe one of the friends of hers, or you knew what was happening to me and you had nothing, you had no words of support to me. Okay. Now I've said this before and I'm going to say it again because I know you're watching my videos, that I did not expect for anyone to come out and be like, oh yeah, we stand in solidarity with her and we're going to take these people down. Didn't expect that because I knew that I was out that job. I knew this was not the place for me. I was like, I need to get out of here. I know a lot of people at the job were very fearful because that job, particularly the unit that I was working under, the division I was in, there was a lot of retaliation. The workplace bully was notorious for being she did a lot of retaliation. So they saw that happen to so many people, not just me. They saw that happen to so many people. And so they were fearful. And I understand that. But I'm talking about the ones who knew that and they were complicit. So they were engaging in some behaviors to bring me down, to step on me while I was down, all those things. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. And unfortunately, these are some Black women I'm talking about right now. Now, behind the paywall in my membership community, I go a little bit deeper into this. But again, this is an open letter. This is an open letter, open video to all the people I'm talking about. So all the ones who treated me wrong when I was at that toxic job, this is for you, and particularly for the Black women who really stepped on me when I was down. Now, let me say this because I know you're watching. Do not contact me. Do not contact me. I've already purged you out of my phone. Do not contact me on LinkedIn or any other way. Don't do that. So, part of me rechanneling that energy was, and the reaction I initially had was the audacity. You know exactly what you did to me. You know exactly what you did to me. You knew what was going on with the workplace bully, yet you chose to engage in certain behaviors. You knew. So don't act that feigned ignorance. I can't stand that. Don't circle back around to me and try to explain what happened to me. Don't try to come back around to me and say, one of them used to say, I remember this quote she used to say, I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. Okay. Now, she was neither of those to me. She's not a friend or an enemy, not even to this day. Okay. Not a friend, not an enemy. However, I want nothing to do with you. Okay. Because you were cozied up with a workplace bully, acting like she was your friend, your girl, whatever. Okay. The fact that you would be friends with someone like that, whom you knew would engage in behavior to harm other people. And look this, let me say this, which is crazy. If you didn't work the other job, let me just say you how crazy this is. These are all mental health professionals. Okay. So people say to me, what? You were in a toxic job and they were all mental health professionals? Yes. These are mental health professionals. So now I know you know better. I know you know better. But again, to these tier 3 people I'm talking about, those who did something shady or were complicit in it, I know you know better. Okay. You may try to feign ignorance, like, oh, I didn't know, or I was trying to save my job or save my position. And guess what? These people I'm referring to, they did get promoted. They did get promoted. So they got something out of it. And now, again, when you see people doing shady stuff in the workplace and they might throw you under the bus or do other things to harm you, guess what? It always comes back around to them because karma is real. It's real. A toxic work environment does not spare anybody. So these people are probably getting it in some kind of way. And now they're circling back to me like, oh, what is she doing? Oh, maybe what she's going to can help me. Or maybe I could reach out to her and see if we can collaborate. No, sis, we are not going to collaborate on anything. Nothing. Do not contact me. Do not contact me. Now I need to find out again on LinkedIn how to block you. I thought I blocked you. Okay. I need to circle back and figure out how to do that. So again, I wanted to take this moment to not only get this out of my system, because when I talk on YouTube sometimes, it's very therapeutic for me. It's very therapeutic to get this negative energy out of my body because I'm not a negative person. And if I hold this in, then I start festering in that negativity. I want to release that. Okay. I left that toxic job 2.5 years ago. I want nothing. I want nothing to do with that place. For real. Okay. So those people who I have a negative association with in relation to that toxic job, do not contact me. I'm not going to reach out to you. I'm not going to accept your LinkedIn invitations. I'm not going to help you. So save your time. That energy that you had before with doing all that shady crap to me or not supporting me and whatsoever, kicking me when I'm down, all that stuff, save that energy, sis. Save that energy. Don't bring it over here. Don't pretend like, oh, well, the workplace bully's gone now. She's retired. No, no. I remember what you did. I remember what you did. Okay. So don't circle back. But those other 2 tiers I talked to you about, the people who at the job still maybe didn't know me, the ones who did know me but were not shady towards me in any way whatsoever. If you want to work with me, you can work with me. Okay. But you got to pay for the service. I'm not going to give it away for free. No goodies for free. Okay. So don't circle around to me asking to, can you talk to me for 10 minutes? No, you cannot. Or can you pick my brain? No, you cannot. Okay. You can book service with me. Yes. There's resources I have that might be helpful for you. Yes. Okay. But that tier 3, don't even do it. Don't even do it. You're wasting your time. You're really wasting your time. Okay. So I hope that I'm able to show you, anybody watching this video, I hope that I'm able to model for you what it is like to rechannel that energy from that job. So I said too before on my videos, healing from a toxic job is an ongoing process because there might be things that happen. You might have memories. You might have people who did you wrong in the workplace and now they're trying to circle back around to you, trying to circle the block. No. Okay. So for me, I want to show you ways that, as Glamazini says, I'm healing out loud. I want to show you an example of ways that I'm healing out loud from the ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous things that are still happening to me once I've left that job. Okay. I'm like, just leave me alone. Really, I want nothing to do with anything. I know it's still toxic. I know it is because people are reaching out to me trying to tell me that. I offer you words of support, but those tier 3 people, I really invite you to really look at yourself. It really confirms a lot of the suspicions or thoughts that I had about you in the first place, but you really need some help. You really do. You really think that it's okay to contact me knowing what you had done. And if you are in denial about it, that emphasizes why you need some help. You really do. But don't come to me for it because I can't. I'm not going to give you that help. Okay. So I know how to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Kamani. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, right? I don't think I introduced myself. I got so wrapped up into talking about it, but I feel better, right? So once I talk about it and I process it, it helps me feel better. I feel much better getting out this out of my system. I wanted to do this today because I don't want to keep holding on to it and everything. And I'm about to go into deep rest mode. So this is Friday. I'm about to go into deep rest mode. At the end of this day, I got a lot of work to do still for the virtual summit, which I'm co-hosting with Mercer Price. To register so you can go. Okay. So a lot of work I still have to do for today, but I enjoy this work. This joy fills me up. I get pumped up about it. But Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to be in deep rest. And my hope is that you are in deep rest too. We know what's going on right now. Okay. I hope, sis, that you are in deep rest about everything that's going on. And I also want to make an announcement that this Sunday, so I'm going to be in deep rest from Friday evening to Sunday morning, actually. And Sunday, my live this Sunday is actually going to be earlier. Okay. So the Sunday live is going to be at, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Pacific time, because my guest is in South Africa. So we're going to hear from a Black woman who is in South Africa, sharing about her own experiences. And what I love about these interviews that I'm doing is that I am showing you that it is Black women around the world, that we are having similar experiences around the world in these workplaces. The dynamics are the same. The details might be different, but the dynamics are the same. And I want you to see that so that you know that you're not alone. But I also want you to see, not only from me, but also from my guests, that there's a way out. There's a way to pivot out and to do well once you leave. Okay. It's scary to leave a toxic job. I understand, but there's a way to pivot and pivot out. Okay. I have resources for you. The summit is one of those resources. So again, all the information about the summit is in the description section of this video. But again, want to come on, rechannel that energy. This is an open letter in a video format to my former colleagues. Okay. Pay attention, former colleagues. Okay. I'm laying it all out. Please. I've been very clear about those whom I can help and those whom I will not. Okay. Because of choices that you have made. I wish you well. I hope you get support you can get from somebody else, but it's not from me. Okay. So everybody, please give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with other Black women. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done already. And I mentioned already that a lot of the support that I've gotten about doing this video actually came when I was doing the sisterhood check-in, monthly check-in with the Butterfly YouTube membership community for Black women, which I have. So if you want to be a part of that community, then you can click the button where it says join, and you can be a part of our monthly sisterhood check-ins. We all learn from one another and pour into one another. Supportive safe space, not other people that you may have been around, particularly in a toxic job, that are trying to tear you down. Many of us have had these situations, and unfortunately, it might even be another Black woman. And again, I'm referencing in this video, I'm referencing 2 Black women who were my former colleagues. So those are tier 3 people. Okay. So I'm going to sign off. I'll see you later. Okay. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.